Welcome back to the Everything is Earned podcast. If you haven't been here with us before, we're going to break down how this thing goes. My name is Mike.
I'm his co-host, Tim.
And again, this is the Everything is Earned podcast, where we break down everything going on in your Cleveland sports world. And we're so excited to be back. We have some big-time news for you guys. I know you probably follow us on social media already. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and we're always keeping you guys up to date with what's happening, what's going on. One of the things we want to talk about that's new and exciting is that we are now going to be 3 days a week, and we're not going anywhere. If you want to stay informed, if you want to have the discussions, if you want to drive into work, drive back from work, have something to listen to that keeps you locked into Cleveland sports and the discussions that you want to have, we're going to be doing that here at Everything is Earned, and we're real excited to be here.
Yeah, we're going to be doing it. We're releasing these new episodes on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Just to, for on Mondays, just to talk about what's going on with the Browns, victories, hopefully. Wednesdays, we'll kind of slide in more to Cavs and Indians when they come back up, and then we'll slide with the Friday episode. We'll talk about do previews of the upcoming weekend for either Cavs or Browns and just anything in between.
Yeah, and of course, we're going to get into all the rumors. We're going to get into all the trade talks. We're going to break down those things that you guys want to talk about, who the Browns should sign, who the Cavs should trade. We're going to have all those discussions, and we're real excited about it.
We're starting tonight. We got a few already.
We are revved up, and we've got just a jam-packed episode here. Of just some excellent stuff to talk about.
You're not depressed? You're not feeling bad about the Browns right now?
Oh no, I'm not happy with the Browns. That's not what's happening, Tim. I'm not like all jazzed up going into this bye week. This bye week's been hell, Timmy. Look at the different topics that have come out since the bye weeks happened. We've talked about firing Freddie. We've talked about how the O-line's changing. We have that
Baker's health.
Yeah, Baker's hips. He's got old lady hip. It's been a chaotic bye week thus far, and the Browns have some work to do. We have some things to get into with these Browns.
John Dorsey mentioned how he thinks Freddie's doing a great job too. That was interesting.
It is interesting, but let's level set this real quick, just so we're all on the same page here. When you break down the schedule and you take out the hype, take out some of that other stuff, when you realistically look at the schedule to start the year, how many of those games did you think
expect to win?
Yeah, you actually expect to win. We should have won Tennessee.
Jets. That's 2.
You should have won the Jets.
You should have been 2-0. You should have been 2-0 with confidence going in.
But how much did you actually expect to beat the Ravens or beat the Niners or beat the Rams or the Seahawks? Now, everyone was a little more negative about the Seahawks game than I was. I actually went away from the Seahawks game feeling pretty positive about the Browns.
I enjoyed a lot of aspects in that Seahawks game. And people just overshadowed the good things about it just because it was like that heartbreaker loss.
If you don't have that Hilliard interception, I think you end up getting a signature game-winning drive.
And Baker's kind of legacy kind of begins as this clutch performer that I think in college he had that kind of traits, personality, idea about him. Like, what am I thinking about here?
He had that persona that he was the closer, he was the big time performer, and he was going to make throws when it counted. I don't think we've not seen that from Baker thus far. I think this year we've seen less of it. I think this year it's been difficult because their teams have film on Baker, so they know how to play him. I thought we all just collectively as a city thought that we were going to take this next step. Because you look at what Baker did. Okay, so you look what Baker did in the red zone last year. You look what he did in the last half of the season once Freddie took over the offense, and you go, okay, this makes sense. You're still going to retain Freddie. You're going to add more weapons to Baker's arsenal.
And I have a second, the back half of the first year, and kind of start to add layers in the offense.
Yeah, we thought Baker's going to take the next step. And thus far, it hasn't happened.
And they completely went a different direction. We started doing 5 outs, started being a pass-first offense, which we didn't do in the back half of last year, and really kind of forced these weapons, these passes to Odell Beckham, and try to get these new weapons, and try to do a vertical passing game when all offensive line wasn't ready for that.
And you look at what's being effective thus far with the Browns. We know definitively that Nick Chubb is that dude. He's gonna go out there and make things happen for your offense. And he's having a great season so far. He's second in rushing yards, and he's on a bye week right now. I mean, the only person who's rushing better than him is Christian McCaffrey.
And maybe you can say Dalvin Cook consistently.
Yeah, Dalvin Cook's
he's been a game changer.
Animal, yeah. But seriously, Nick Chubb is that dude, and the league is starting to pay attention to them. And so we need to maintain that we're a running team first to set up all the play action, to set up these quick slants.
We went away from it, I think, a little bit, completely in the 49ers game. We got hit in the mouth. We had a few big mistakes early on, and then at least starting the second half, we just went all passing and didn't even give ourselves a chance. We just basically gave up in the game.
Okay, so let's break it down. When you think about the Browns' offense right now, what do you think needs to be fixed in order for them to be the humming offense that we all thought they were going to be?
Go back to what they did last year. Like I said, they try to become a vertical threat, vertical passing offense. And they don't have the offensive linemen to do that. We have one of the weakest offensive lines, always passing offensive lines in the league. And we just don't have, Baker doesn't have the time to do that. He's gotten a little bit better of using his awareness, using his playmaking ability to not only go right in the pocket, which you saw the Rams completely demolish that idea and just had all of the best rushers, Aaron Donald, blockers, and Fowler, just attack off that right edge and just made him roll out right. And they play at 4-2-5 often like the Browns defense do. And I think Freddie did a job, and his coaching, his quarterback coach did a good job of kind of breaking down and Baker self-evaluation, breaking down what he was doing wrong, going right, and he went back to kind of spread him out left and right depending on how his offensive line is broke down on a play-to-play basis.
Yeah, so here's what I think the pattern is for the Browns right now: is you're going into bad game Titans, win Jets, bad game. Who was that for the Jets? The Rams. Bad game Rams. Good game Baltimore.
Awesome game at LA. Yeah.
Bad game Niners, but pretty good game Seahawks
against a Super Bowl contender. And think about this: we played probably maybe 2 or 3 Super Bowl contenders, 2 definitively before the year started with the Rams and Seattle, and then the 49ers have been playing extremely well. Though they didn't play anyone really of much talent before the Browns. And people forget that we've been playing quality teams, and the first half of our schedule is going to be really tough.
Niners are still undefeated, by the way.
They are?
They just won tonight, or let's say in against the Redskins in the Mud Bowl. It was an absolute.
Yeah, how they only scored 9 points against the Redskins?
3 field goals, dude. It was elements, man. Elements is a great equalizer. So the pattern is we
they beat no one.
So the Browns,
the 49ers beat no one this year. They beat the Buccaneers. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna break this down a little bit. They played the Buccaneers. They beat the Bengals, Steelers, 3 of the worst teams in Buccaneers aren't that bad, but 2 or 3 of the worst teams in football right now. They slaughtered the Browns. They beat weird 2019 season Rams, and then they beat the worst team in football right now in the Redskins.
It's not like the Browns are a top tier team right now, though. But here's my point.
But just the way out they hit us in the mouth, and we just got completely obliterated.
Right. So if you're gonna fix this offense, I think it's important that you establish the run every single week. That has to be a priority.
Not establish it, but maintain throughout the game. No matter if we're down 2 touchdowns early in the third quarter.
You got to get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. And I don't mean by little dumb bubble screens.
Or tossing the ball or doing laterals.
You got to set up some sets where you're going to get OBJ and Jarvis the ball in space and quickly. So I'm talking about quick slants. I'm talking about some rub routes. I'm talking about some quick outs. And those are some plays that you're gonna get a playmaker like Jarvis and Odell to make a play.
I think they made it too hard. I think often in the first 6 games we haven't gave Baker a guy in the flats to dump it off to. It's either home run or it's a sack, and he's running for his life. And I think Baker needs to and Todd Monty need to do a better job giving them that safety valve. And he did, and I loved the way Baker played from like 3.5 quarters of that game. But there was like a few plays, and there was an interception. There was a few times he squeezed it a little bit too in. But I love that game, and he had 3 interceptions. But take out a few of those forced throws, and he's having a hell of a game. He was reading the pocket better than he has maybe, or moving out throughout the pocket better than he has since maybe he came in the NFL. And Todd Monken and I think Freddie Kitson did a great job of utilizing Nick Chubb to the best of his full abilities. They must have gave him 5 or 6 passes in the screenplay. Running back screens.
Yeah, they did a nice job with that. I know the Browns said they had their best week of practice last week prior to the Seahawks game, and they said everything was running really crisp. And they did a nice job of reading the defense and actually game planning some of those things. For example, the Ricky Seals-Jones touchdown was a coached up thing. They knew that the corner was gonna bite off, and on the wheel drag, it was going to turn into an option
wide open
for a touchdown. Yeah, so it was good. It was something they game planned for.
Well, something that OBJ has been getting a lot of criticism for is the stats and the receptions haven't been there. But he's drawing so much attention on that play specifically. He blocked the double team there. He like collected a double team there. And to free up that, Seals-Jones wide open touchtight.
Yeah, Seals-Jones and OBJ are a really nice route combo because Jones is a mismatch as a tight end. He's really a receiver in a tight end's body.
Yeah,
and he's got great hands, great route running. I really think he's been one of the unsung heroes. I think he could be
I agree. I think he could be the diamond in the rough that we saw last year in Rashad Perryman. I think to be this year, 2019 season, this year's Perryman.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely agree with you on that. I think it was a great pickup. I think he's been a real nice.
That's one of Freddie's guys too from Arizona.
Yeah, he's been a real nice safety blanket for Baker so far. And I think he's, like you said, you just have to make the offense a little easier. You have to make it quicker, and you have to get the ball out of Baker's hands, ASAP. So,
and that's what he did most of the time against the Seahawks.
And you keep doing that, Baker will look really good.
And they were doing a bunch of. They had Baker underneath the center a lot, instead of a shotgun a lot of times. So instead of the lineman taking a step back, they're pushing forward on the blocks. And I think that, along with the quick giving, making it shorter, or just making it more.
You want quicker developing plays.
Yeah, and he did that a lot with single back there, and just lining up in the center instead of off the shotgun. So you have your weaker line pushing forward off the first step instead of coming back. I think that was a big adjustment, and that they went back to it from the end of last season.
So, I mean, I think the offense is a fixable situation. I don't think we're going to get any line help anytime soon. I don't think Dorsey's going to make a deal here.
Which goes into the rumors we had over the bye week.
Yeah, I mean, there was a rumor that the Rams offered Peters for Bitonio. And then there was rumors that the Browns...
Which we have a weak offensive line, so we would give up arguably our best.
We turned that one down. And then there's rumors that we also were going to get Trent Williams, and Washington pretty much has shut that down thus far. So
yeah, that's been going on for a while. Apparently, those reports that John Dorsey's been calling him every week for like a month and a half about this, and they finally just kind of shut him down for the... what I've heard from the analysts around Washington, the Washington analysts, that the trade's not off the table, but it's off the table until the season's over.
Which is so silly because I don't think Trent's going to play for him this year.
No, he hasn't reported. He doesn't like the way. I think there's been this big dispute among several players within the Washington organization about how they don't trust the medical staff. And he doesn't trust the way that they handled, I think, one of his injuries. And so he just refused to report to them in training camp, and it just went through.
Yeah, they're in a contract dispute now too, though, I believe.
Yeah, that was part of it too.
So it's like, I don't know why you'd wait to the offseason and just get your money for him now.
Right. I mean, there's only time for worse, like more reports that come out that might be negative towards your team or him. It might be stuff about him because he's becoming an older tackle. He's 31 now.
His
32.
value is going to go down. I don't think you can expect someone to commit to him as a off-season plan going into next season, I think that's a lot to ask. I think if you play him now, I think his value is high because it's kind of an unknown quantity. But you would know that like in the past when he's healthy, he plays really well. So
I think the Washington organization is dysfunctional, and much like the Browns have been in the past,
they've been dysfunctional.
They think they're smart. They're trying to like outsmart like everyone in the rest of the league, just like you saw from like Hugh Jackson, Sashi Brown.
You should be able to get any player you want off Washington, the Bengals, and Miami.
Giants, yeah.
Without any trouble, you should be able to call them up with some assets.
Freddie John Dorsey's had his the Giants GM in his back pocket for like about a year and a half now.
Except the Vernon trade doesn't look that great at the moment. But
I don't know. I think he's been playing well.
Would you take Zettler right now, or would you rather have Vernon? I'd rather have Zettler.
There's so much depth. I agree. There's so much depth in our defensive line that I'd rather take Zettler.
So
I do it there.
Okay, so we figure out the Browns' offense. We're not worried about it. I'm also not worried about it because I think Baker is one of those guys who continues to improve and learn from his mistakes. And even though he's had a really bad start to the season here, I haven't lost any faith in him. I'm still I'll buy all your Baker stock that you're selling because I think he's still that
long term. He's still a good quarterback. He's only gonna get better. Like you said, he's not one of those players just to stop improving. He's gonna figure it out. It's just a matter of time.
I'll tell you what I don't subscribe to still. I will not subscribe to the Lamar Jackson love fest. I'm not on that bandwagon yet. I think he's a great athlete. I'm just not gonna subscribe to him as.
He doesn't know how to play quarterback yet. He doesn't know what his arm is capable of yet. He still hasn't figured out the structure or any fundamentals as a passer.
They call the most running plays in the league. No surprise. I
think 80% of his.
They also have the highest time of possession because they're running the ball so much.
Well, they have a dual threat in Ingram and the other guy. I don't know. You drafted him. I don't know his name. I don't know. It's blanking. But it's dual threat with Mark Ingram, who they picked up from the Saints, and our triple threat really because they use Lamar Jackson and the read option so much.
Yeah, but all right. So, anyways, I'm not down on Baker. I think he's gonna be still like the Browns guy. I think we just have to allow him to continue to develop this year, and I think
get him healthy.
We're gonna be in a great spot. Coming the second half of the season.
This it was kind of actually fortunate the way he got injured on his bye week. If he's gonna get injured, have it lead into a bye week. And for those who are concerned that he might not play, Blake Hitchens debunked those and said he's for sure playing against the Patriots this next Sunday. How healthy he's going to be, we don't know that yet, but we do know he's going to play.
Yeah, so, all right, so looking at the defense, what is wrong with the Browns' defense?
Run defense?
Yeah, the run defense, it's atrocious. So
we switched to the 4-2-5.
Yep,
So we have 4 defensive linemen, 2 linebackers, 5 defensive backs.
So we are giving up 154 rushing yards a game.
It's not great.
And we're ranked 29th in rushing yards allowed. So only 3 teams are getting more rushing yards than us for now.
And who are those teams you think? Dolphins?
Yeah, they're the bottom of the barrel.
Giants might be in there.
Like it's just not.
Bengals or Steelers, yeah.
It's just not
good
great.
company.
It's not where you want to be, man.
Especially from what you've gotten, what you have on your defensive line. But I do think Sheldon Richardson is more of a passing nose tackle.
Here's the other thing too: is when now that the teams know you're not stopping the run, they're calling run plays 46% of the time against the Browns. And that's 29th in the league.
Well, I don't know why we don't. We can't down to a hybrid system where we throw in the 4-3 or 3-4 in there a little bit more and utilize that depth at linebacker that we just haven't. And we know that Janelle Avery, someone who's only played a handful of snaps maybe this year, and only has 1 tackle on the season, transferred. Became a defensive end, but he was a linebacker last year, and he had a great season. He had 5.5 sacks last year, and maybe I want to say 30-some tackles in 13 or so games, 13, 14 games maybe. I want to say it's 12.5 games. And then we have Sione Tati hasn't played at all.
Taki's not ready, though.
Okay, he's not ready, but we still have a few linebackers that we're not utilizing that has talent. So I really meant to say just Janelle Avery. Because if you did kind of throw in a 3-4 there, or 4-3. That's the closest you would have from the 4-2-5. And it would kind of blend nicely, just to give him more run support. Because Janelle Avery, he's a pass rusher, but he's also a bigger body, so he can help in the run game too. I don't know.
So I don't know. I think if you want to make some changes on the defense, I think you have to get guys healthy. So luckily we're getting Ward back, we're getting Greedy back, and hopefully they stay healthy.
Are they going to be back for the Patriots team?
Yeah, absolutely.
Which has been huge because part of that, why it's been so ineffective, is you don't have those starters, and so midway through the game you're subbing in these nickel or these certain patches.
These
players,
backups have held up well,
and they've held up, but they don't have that depth.
The Browns are 8th in pass defense.
Okay, they've done hand up well, but who do you think is a better in doing help? You think it's Terrence Mitchell and who's the other guy?
Carey?
TJ Carey, or you think Greedy Williams and Denzel Ward are better in the pass rush?
Well, Denzel Ward does have a stupid tackling technique according to Greg Williams, so you gotta really it's debatable there, Tim.
Okay,
but I agree. You're a better talent.
But
better talent always wins out.
Okay, bring out a specific scenario. Remember I think it was a screenplay, or maybe in a flats. Remember that a huge strip that Denzel Ward had. They just stood up the guy, stripped it, and just picked up the ball and went.
Yeah, it's just
one.
He just
makes plays.
He's gonna make plays. Absolutely. I understand. I totally get where you're coming from there. I think Ward is a great player, and I'm excited to have them back.
Great guy too.
Because you're gonna
professional.
Yeah. Speaking of Ward, I met Ward last year. Real nice guy.
Yeah.
We were buying some dog food, and he was telling me about some things. But he's a real nice guy. I have a picture with him and everything. Really.
We have some really good quality character guys in this team.
Yeah. There's some really. Just real nice dudes. Like, you see what Odell Beckham did the other day with one of the kids from the Make-A-Wish Foundation?
I heard about it.
Yeah, he told the kid to make sure that they had his contact.
Was that before the game?
So if they need anything, that he can get in touch and help him out.
That's cool. And the kid, I did remember that. And the kid even asked if he can follow him. And Odell says,
Odell said he was going to DM him on Instagram.
After the game.
Isn't that cute?
But we have some really good character guys. I think we have the pieces in place to change the culture, but you can't change the culture overnight. And that's what people saw the pieces during the offseason, all these fans, and believed the hype. We did too, but it doesn't happen overnight. Culture changing, especially with first year coach and these young players trying to figure out how to win. It takes time. Yeah, and I think we have those pieces. Just don't blow it up. Don't get too critical of this young Browns team. We'll figure it out.
Okay, so 2 quick things. Defensive changes. You're going to make changes. I'd go get Vic Beasley from the Falcons.
Nope.
Because I think you light a fire into some guys.
We just talked about it.
When you bring a guy in, and then 2, I think if you're going to bring another person in, you want to try to bring some linebacker depth in.
Okay, I can believe that.
You know, if there's some guys out there that are available, go find yourself a linebacker for the rest of the season. That'd be real nice.
Tell us a little bit more about Vic Beasley. Since you want him.
Vic Beasley is a defensive end. He led the league in sacks in 2016. He's on the last year of his deal. Contract year in the Falcons roster, doing absolutely nothing. He's a very talented player, but I think the coaching is failing them over in Atlanta.
A few coaches.
and the team is just atrocious right now. So your best bet right now is to get a player to come in a contract year to play on a team that still can compete for something, and then see if you can get something out of them. And then light a fire on those other guys.
How the Rams did with Dante Fowler last year.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea, man.
He came up with some huge plays. I think he had a strip sack. Either in the NFC Championship game or the Super Bowl.
You're going to put him in as a rotational guy, and you're going to see how he performs. He's on the last year of his deal.
I mean, until he learns the system, then he might even he should be able to leapfrog Matt Wilson for the second starter next to Schobert.
Because he could be last linebacker. He's skinny enough that he's lean
I just
enough.
don't like the contract, but I do like his talent. Has he had an injury history?
No, he's been relatively healthy.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, the Browns definitely need help in the linebacker. If he can help in the run game, then I'm all for it. Matt Wilson has been
his shoulder was messed up in 2017, but he played the whole year with a messed up shoulder, which was real impressive.
That is. It shows his toughness. I'm down for it. We need to make a few plays, moves here. Speaking of moves, we benched Chris Hubbard, didn't we? The right tackle.
Yeah, do we?
Oh, it's possibly.
No, I think they're talking about moving over. They're benching, possibly benching Robinson and putting in Lamb.
I thought it was Chris Hubbard.
No,
I think
not Hubbard.
I don't think Dred Robinson.
Robinson's left tackle, buddy.
Yeah,
Lamb's his replacement.
Yeah, Dred Robinson hasn't gave up a sack this year. Or he's only gave up like a few quarterback hits.
Greg Robinson's been awful.
Okay, well
the only person
the stats don't show it.
There's two guys who've been acceptable on the line. It's Treader and Batonio, and the rest of the line has been utter garbage. The right Hubbard has been awful. Greg Robinson's been awful, and they've been gelling a little bit more on the run game, but the pass game, they've been a horrible pass line, a pass blocking line, like really bad. They're graded one of the lowest grades on PFF.
Well,
I think Greg Robinson for the year is like a 63 on PFF. It's really not good.
Okay, well the stats say he's giving up.
Sit his butt down. I think he needs some more motivation too. I think it's weird because he's in a contract year too. He could literally.
He's always been in a contract.
Yeah, but like you wouldn't. Wouldn't you think you want to make the next next contract by having a good year?
I think he's just been
complacent.
No, I think he's just along with the rest of the Browns offense have been
slug along.
Have just been
frustrated.
I mean, all of those, but just like a victim to like the new system that doesn't fit their style.
Undisciplined.
Like I said, the vertical passing game doesn't fit their style.
No,
like,
it's freaking.
He's older. He's really tall, so he can't move like that.
Monken is the one influencing Freddie so much.
He's like vertical pass game.
It's like in his ear. You know what's better than 10 yards? 25 yards. 25. You know what's better than a 5-yard check down? A 15-yard pass play that takes 6 seconds to develop. Remember Monken was working with Fitzpatrick and freaking Wilson.
No, James
Winston. Thank you. And
it was a hit or miss every play. You just wanted to shut that thing downfield.
They moved quarterbacks like 4 or 5 times last season.
That year, yeah.
What does that say about how wonderful Monken is? Like, okay, he can scheme some stuff up. Their offense got a ton of yards, but who was ever scared of the?
They put up a lot of points. The Buccaneers.
Who was scared of the Buccaneers, man?
They put up a lot of points, but
no one was scared
of
the Buccaneers because they never ran the ball either. They had no running back. Todd Monken's offense is awesome if you forget about running backs for a whole year.
Yeah, we just don't have the personnel.
That's right.
So I think Freddie's going back to his roots of what worked last year and the last 2 games here against the Seahawks and 49ers. I'm not the 49ers. It's the last game. I think that Seahawks game is gonna be the Freddie that we see week to week with the way he game plans.
All right, so let's bullet point here just real quick. So offensively, the fixes we have to do. Baker's got to get rid of the ball quickly. We got to get the ball in the hands of playmakers. And we got to continue to make the run a priority throughout the game. Right? Boom, boom, boom. 3 points. Defensively, we need to stay healthy with our guys, which is kind of tough to do.
Get healthy.
Get healthy.
Get and stay healthy with a secondary.
We need to make a move to light a fire under one of the position groups. Preferably, I would say, either want to add some linebacker depth.
One of the ends or the linebackers.
Yeah, and you want I'd say pick up an end so you can get them a little bit fired up and up their production. And those are my 3 main points there defensively. So let's move over to some one of the fun segments here. We're gonna do a quick little.
We have our weekly segments. It's every podcast, every episode.
Yeah, we do weekly segments. Yeah, we have little fun things.
Yeah, we have a few weekly segments that we do. It's every podcast that we do. We don't be doing it 3 times a week now.
These are my favorite. I like when we do this.
It's fun. We get a lot of opinions on these.
Get ready to be mad at us because we're gonna delve out some opinions.
Do we have one about Colin Sexton this week?
No Colin Sexton.
Well, we have 3 of them every week for the end of time. No, we don't have this week.
All right, so we're gonna do buy or sell first, right? Buy or sell?
Yeah, we're gonna start with the Browns here. Our question is, are you buying or selling that the Browns are going to go 8-2 after this bye week?
Okay, listen.
So let me give you a schedule before you make up your mind here.
Give me all 8 games. Break it down.
So we still have 2 games against the Steelers, 2 games against the Bengals. That's 4. All right. You want to keep track of that?
I got 4 games
okay.
down.
All right.
I got my
We
fingers
got with the Patriots on Sunday. Then we have the Broncos. We have 6. Okay. And then we have the Bills and the Dolphins. And then we have the Ravens, which is 9. And then we have one more. Oh, Cardinals. That's 10. So out of that 10 games, can we go 8-2? Or will we go 8-2?
Will we go 8-2?
Are you buying or selling it?
All right, Tim. I'm going to. It's so tough. I'm going to actually. I'm going to buy it. I want to sell it so hard, though. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to buy it here. It's this week I'm buying it. We're back this week, and I'm buying all the Baker stock. I'm buying all the Browns second half expectations train here. So I think the Browns, not only did the league gift them this beautiful second half of the year schedule, but I think you're going to get a refocused Baker. You're going to get a refocused Jarvis, a refocused Odell. I think the Browns are going to take this thing and put it in the right direction. And if you go into Foxborough and you get yourself a win, then yeah, we're absolutely going to go 8-2.
I like that. If we do get that, it would at least provide a tough game, a tough competition for the Patriots next week. I think that even if we do lose, I think that would give us a boatload of confidence going into our next week against the Broncos, who are still a stout defensive team, but I don't think the offense can. If we're hitting on
Bradley Chubb too,
if we're hitting on all cylinders, then I don't think they can compete with the offense. But I'm gonna have to sell it. Not because I don't think we're gonna have a great back half of the season. I do think that, but I don't think wouldn't have all the things clicking every game. I still think we're gonna have those inconsistencies of that young team trying to figure it out. I think Freddie's gonna have a little bit trouble game planning week to week in this first year as a.
So how many losses?
Head coach. I'm gonna say just 3. I'm gonna say 7-3. I think.
So the Browns are gonna end up going 9-7 on the year.
I think the Ravens are gonna hand us another loss like they did last year. I think Lamar is gonna do a little bit better than he did the first time around. I think the defense is gonna hold us and do a better job and gonna adjust there.
They picked up Marcus Peters too.
And then Patriots is a tough one. I think that's 2 right there. I think one of the other teams, I think the Bills or maybe the Steelers are just gonna hit us in the mouth when we feel like we're not prepared. Or like we're not. I don't think we're gonna prepare against one of those small those teams that aren't as good.
Yeah, play down the competition.
And I think we might play on to the competition. We'll see. I really hope they don't. I think this bye week is gonna be a big tell coming out of against the Patriots. But I'm just gonna sell it and say we would have go 7-3.
All right, go ahead, sell it all you want, Tim. Okay. Sell it all you want. All right, so next year we got buying or selling the Cavs making the playoffs. Playoffs.
Cavs playoffs. I think a few years removed from that. Okay. Has it been a few years? Oh, just one.
Go ahead and be a stout analyst here, Timmy.
It felt like a lot. Last year it took like about 5 years off my life. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, my Cavs fandom was.
I think I added some wrinkles on the forehead. Yeah. Gave me some acne on my back.
Got some gray hair.
Yeah, just a few
from the Cavs.
Just a few
last season.
But no, it was just one. We made the Eastern Conference Finals.
We made the finals.
The years before that.
A year ago.
Just a year ago. Just a year ago, we had LeBron, Kyrie Irving. We had a happy Kevin Love. We had the Cleveland Banana Boat squad of those 3, and then now we have an old Kevin Love, a happy Kevin Love though.
Happy Kevin Love.
Yeah. And then we have the young duo of the young bull and the kid from Vanderbilt. Darius.
Are you gonna answer my question?
No. What was it?
Are you buying or selling the Cavs are making the playoffs? Cavs making the playoffs. Buy or sell?
No. I am selling all of that. I will sell all of it. I think I want to say we're gonna make it, but I just don't believe. I like John Beeline. I like the way he's implementing right now. I just think we have too many holes defensively to win some. I feel like we're gonna lose a lot of close ones just because we don't have the right pieces on defensively. I feel like we can be a middle of the road, pretty decent offense, but I don't think Darius Garland's gonna be healthy. I don't think he's completely healthy yet. I think it's gonna take a full year for him to deal with it, get out of that what was that, MCL tear? I think
it's fine.
Meniscus tear.
You're a meniscus tear.
Okay. But I don't think Colin Sexton's gonna have the jump that everyone's hyping up to be. And I feel like Jetty is out of place. Even though he's in a contract year, I feel like he's out of place with this Cavs team. I think Larry Drew messed him up last year. I feel like he needed to break a lot of those habits to bring his potential back that we saw in the first years he had with LeBron as a mentor.
That wasn't a bad analysis, Tim. Yeah. You gave some real legitimate reasons why you were selling that.
Yep.
I
That's the goal.
Disagree with you.
Okay.
Okay. Here's.
So you're buying it.
I'm buying it. I'm gonna buy the Cavs making the playoffs. Okay. We're gonna be a 7 or 8 seed. It's gonna be real juicy, and the Cavs are gonna get real interesting to watch the second half of the year. This is gonna either go one way. It's gonna go my way, or it's gonna blow up in my face.
Have we agreed on one yet? No,
we're not agreeing, Timmy. This is the We Don't Agree podcast. This is how it's gonna go. So I just want to tell you, you're gonna find out who the Cavs are here by the end of December, and at the end of December, the Cavs are gonna look down at the roster, and Kobe Altman's gonna say, I've got a bazillion expiring contracts.
Wait, hold on.
Do I want to make the playoffs and make more money, or do I want to miss the playoffs and get a better draft pick? That isn't even guaranteed anymore because the new lottery system is absolute garbage. It's absolute freaking garbage. The Lakers ended up with whatever pick they ended up. The 4th pick when they were the worst team last year.
The Nets ended up with the 4th.
It was absolute garbage.
The Cavs ended 5th, right behind them.
Yeah, it didn't matter. The Cavs did horribly. You can't tank anymore and have it matter. So knowing that it's a total crapshoot, what the Cavs are going to do is they're going to look at the roster in December and say, okay, I have a healthy Kevin Love, I have a healthy Darius Garland, I have these new guys that are playing well. I got Clarkson. I got a couple pieces here and there that fit well together. What am I going to do? I'm going to flip some of these assets like Tristan Thompson, and I'm gonna go ahead and get myself an asset or a player that can impact right now.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you there. I don't think we can trade Thompson. I think he's made great strides after this post-LeBron era. I think he's too much of a mentor he has too much of the respect of these young guys to actually trade him. I think if you're gonna trade someone, it might be Kevin Love, it might be Clarkson, it might be Jetty in that contract year where you take a team like. I wouldn't be surprised if the Spurs trade for him because under Popovich he could really utilize and reach some of that potential. Maybe the Nuggets because the Nuggets have a great player development team. And also this is the same Kobe Altman that let LeBron go and traded and got the hand shivers. And did the impulse trade on Kyrie Irving, which is the worst deal I still believe in Cleveland Cavaliers franchise history.
Yes. We understand.
That's the same Kobe Altman. He might have made a few trades.
Since then, he's been great.
Since then, yeah. Since then, he's been good. But it's still that's always that move's always overshadowed for me. He could be a great GM, but in the back of my mind, at night when I'm trying to go to bed, it's always gonna be we still traded Kyrie Irving for Isaiah.
Kyrie Irving was probably at his peak value. It was probably peak value for Kyrie too. Like no one wants Kyrie now, really. I mean, they do, but they don't. You know what I'm saying? Like the book is out that Kyrie's not going to win you anything as the guy, but the book was not out there.
Is that similar to Westbrook?
People thought that like he could still win you something. That's why Boston went up and got him. Like Kyrie Irving's value was at its peak after coming.
Yeah, but
he hit the biggest shot. One of the biggest shots in finals history.
Yeah, but Altman didn't get the peak value from him. That's the worst part.
That's what I'm saying. But
he had the peak value, but he didn't. He traded like he's a rookie GM.
That's what I was mad about. That's what I'm mad about. I'm mad. I'm saying that it was his peak value.
I'm gonna be talking about this for another 5 years. I'm gonna be 30 plus years old, and we're still gonna be podcasting about Kyrie Irving trade. I guarantee it.
It'll forever be a sore spot for Cavaliers fans. Okay, so last couple quick things here. We have the over-under The Vegas has the odds at.
No, we'll leave this for the Wednesday morning.
Oh, okay. We'll leave it. But we're doing a preview show Wednesday.
Yeah, we'll break down a little bit of what happened this last week in Cleveland.
You'll just listen to the podcast on the way to work.
Or after work, or whatever you want,
or before the Cavs game.
Whatever you want.
Whenever you feel like it. You pulled the podcast.
You're allowed to do whatever you want.
Whatever you want to. Don't listen to us.
Yeah.
But we would listen to us.
No, don't listen to him. Listen to me.
No. Listen to the podcast. But on your own time. On your own time.
Yeah, just listen to the podcast. Don't listen to us.
That's an oxymoron because you're listening to us and listening to the podcast. Okay, what do you have left, Tim?
We're going to talk about a little bit of that. Last little bit here is what happened this past week in Cleveland. It's the Browns bye week stuff that we talked about. John Dorsey talked a little bit about where we are. The GMs typically do that during the bye week, mid-season. NBA season, preseason wrapped up. We talked about a little bit about that. But the Cavs did not look great. I think what I talked about, how we have lapses on defense, and we'll have a lot of miscommunication with these young players, and dealing with different lineups and this player development. And then a little bit of Indians. Roberto Perez has successful ankle surgery, and he should be ready by training camp.
He had some bone spurs.
Oh, spring camp. Spring training.
Bone spurs, bro.
Spring training.
Not fun. So that's this week in Cleveland, and we're gonna wrap things up here. But make sure you come back here Wednesday because we're gonna have the preview show for the Cavs
every week until the end of time.
And Friday, yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. We're gonna tell you exactly what's going on, and we're excited to hear what you guys think about our Welcome Back show.
And we do have something big coming soon.
Oh yeah, we got a big old surprise.
Yeah, big old surprise. We can't leak any details. No details will be leaked.
Yeah, there's no leaks in this.
There will be no. Yeah, anyone who is leaked will be fired.
Will be fired. We're keeping it tight, just like Freddie Kitchens said.
Yeah, the little John Dorsey Freddie Kitchens reference.
Yeah, there'll be no leaks here.
And if you have any information on any leaks, please tell us who the whistleblower is, and he will be fired immediately. From the Everything Cleveland team.
Yeah, but we do have a surprise coming in. It's be very good. I'm very excited.
But that about wraps it up. We will see you Wednesday morning.
Yeah, thanks for coming back to the Everything Is Earned podcast.
And as always, everything in Cleveland here is earned.
The podcast you just heard was made using Anchor. Ever thought about making your own podcast? Anchor makes it really easy for anyone to get started. It's a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing podcasts. Best of all, it's 100% free. Sign up now at anchor.fm/new. That's anchor.fm/new to get started.